everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. It's been a long time since I did a live stream. I'm actually recording an update, and at this time I may download the update later and edit it so it's a little more coherent. But thought I would give this a try. Let's see. Bear with me a moment. No, let's see. Comments. Yeah, we'll do this live. So I'm going to kind of do some presenting of things that I am excited about, things I'm working on, things that are coming up. And so where should I start? I think I'll start by talking about the different things that I hope you'll check out, which let's just get started with this, which is the Christopher Moonlight Production Substack. I'm very active on here, and you are looking at something that is a subscriber-only one, so you can subscribe for free, or you can become a supporter. So I suppose I should say it's a supporter only. And what's going on with this is behind the paywall is, hopefully you can get the sound as well. So mute this. Just gonna play a little bit of this, which is what you would see if you were a paid supporter, which is the first 6 minutes of Escape from Planet Omega 12. As you can see, there's an opening scene. It is not complete. Do a little click through here. You can see the escape pod landing. You can see this is a placeholder for the 3D object that'll be Blip the robot. And then here we have Tara. So, yeah. This is, it goes into some storyboards, so it's not complete, and you've seen some of the storyboards before, but there's some other stuff there that you haven't seen yet. So let's stop that there. But you can get the preview and see some of the clips. And yeah, I'm very excited about this film. This is going to be a feature film, and hopefully we will be releasing this in theaters. So there you go. If you go on to here, you'll also get early previews of articles that I've written for Film Threat. So yeah, let me talk about that. Let me put this back up here. Yes, I am writing for Film Threat. So where is that? Let's see. Here we go. So Christopher Moonlight on Film Threat. You can just search or use filmthreat.com/author/cmoonlight and get my latest articles. The latest one to come out is There is No Such Thing as Ethical or Unethical AI. I know that's going to be a hot topic, but I worked really hard to write this article and back up those claims. I put a lot of thought into these. Before that, Why Can't 2025 Comprehend Sexy Stories? Where I talk a little bit about in here kind of how people respond in 2025 to sexy stories, whether it be you're on the left or the right. But yeah, I would really enjoy it if you checked that out, because I've worked really hard and I'm very honored to be on Film Threat. What else is going on at the moment? I'll probably re-record this. So again, live streams are a little rambly, and of course, also because I'm clicking around different tabs, let's see if anybody's watching. Doesn't look like there is, but yeah, you never know. By the way, the reason the camera's off is my webcam is broken, so I need to get a new one. Let's see what else. Oh, so here's an oldie but a goodie. My last film, The Quantum Terror, which here's the Indiegogo for, is, well, I'm I'm still not done with this movie. It's doing all right on streaming. It's not huge numbers, but people still seem to be watching it, especially on Tubi. And this was the Indiegogo for it, which is closed now. But anyway, I am going to be looking into several things to keep the spirit of the Quantum Terror alive, keep people wanting to check it out. So stay tuned for that. The only thing that I'll really say at the moment is I do still want to be able to make DVDs available for everyone. I did order some DVDs for supporters and cast and crew, and because it's expensive to mail stuff out, I still haven't gotten that out to even all the cast and crew, which I feel terrible about, but at least they've been able to see it on demand. Like I said, you can watch it on Tubi. But I want to, in 2026, I want to do more with the Quantum Terror. I feel like I'm not done with the Quantum Terror yet. There are plenty of other things that I'm working on at the moment. But there's also, so I showed you Film Thread. And let's see, I want to make you aware of a story I'm working on that's coming up. And it is about a movement that I hope to be a part of. So in a way, I'm kind of like, I'll be injecting myself into this story a little bit. But it's being, my what would you call it? My inroad to it is a gentleman named Peter Hoiguchi, who has a movie called The Occult, and he's got an Indiegogo for it, which I did contribute to. And the reason that I want to write this story is not just about the occult. It's about the fact that a lot of independent movies are now booking without a distribution company and without being part of Hollywood. They are booking prime time slots in mainstream movie theaters. So Lux Cinema, I think, is number 11 in the world of movie theater chains in America. And here it is. The Occult is booked in a 100-seat theater. Now, my understanding is that Lux Cinema has a dedicated 100-seat theater to indie films. So even if they're playing like a Marvel movie or a Disney movie or some mainstream fare, they won't kick the indie film out of this theater if they think it can get them more ticket sales on the other stuff. They want independent movies. So on the 7th of July, I will be interviewing Shelby Schultz of Lux Cinema, and we are going to have a conversation about why a mainstream movie chain, and I can't stress how huge this is, wants to invest in booking independent films like The Occult. And I'm also talking to, The Occult is the one that I have pulled up as a tab, but there's also Eduardo Castillo, I hope I said that right, who made a movie called Bears on a Ship, which is also showing in Lux Cinema. There's Mark Carvella, again, I hope I pronounced that right. Astral Plane Drifter is another independent movie that is booked in Lux Cinema, and they're not booking for like weekdays or something like that. I'm talking Fridays and Saturdays. This has never happened before. Independent films always got lower billing, or they were playing in art houses with like Woody Allen films, or like that movie Hundreds of Beavers did really well, got a lot of press, but it didn't. It was playing like these little hole-in-the-wall theaters, art house stuff, or, if they booked bigger theaters, it was like weeknights. This is Fridays and Saturdays that Lux Cinema is doing this. So I really am looking forward to interviewing Shelby. I'm also going to be interviewing these people I'm mentioning. Oh, another one that I talked to, and I hope to interview on this channel. So yes, that's the other thing. My YouTube channel is going to be, I'm going to be making more tutorials and doing more interviews soon. So CJ, who directed Sherlock Holmes, Mayor of the Night, is also showing at Lux Cinema. So in my mind, this is a major story. Usually when I write for Film Thread, I write, at my Substack, I write kind of editorials, just expressing my opinions on things like AI. And this is my first real attempt at journalism because something is happening here, and I want to be the one to break it and cover it. I don't think anyone else is covering this at the moment. But this is a huge monumental thing. This tells me that movie theaters are no longer trusting in Hollywood to deliver enough content for them to bring patrons into their theater. So they are willing to work as so long as these movies are good quality, which all of these movies seem to be. I have seen The Occult. It's good. It's got cinema quality. Yeah, so the fact that the theaters are going like, you know what, we can't count on Hollywood. We need to go more granular and start making deals with independent filmmakers and bring in the quality movies that they're making into our theaters. And yeah, these people have been telling me that, you know, the screenings are gangbusters as well. They sell out. They end up making deals with the theater to book more screens because the theaters are making money. They're all in on it. So I'm going to be interviewing Peter, CJ, Eduardo. I'm hoping to get a hold of Mike that did Astral Plane Drifters. I texted him and left him a message. I don't have his email, so hopefully he gets back in touch with me. But I want to highlight this story, and there's also something else that I did not prepare for the screening. But it is, where is it? Let's see. It's on my phone. I just want to read this headline, even though I don't have it up on the screen. And that is from Deadline. Oak Tree Capital buys Film Rise, merges it with Shout Studios and New Redeal Entertainment. And it goes on to talk about how they bought Shout and Film Rise, and they're merging them, and they want to have a stronger presence through those two in digital video on demand. Which, okay, that doesn't actually sound like a good thing to me. And I'll explain why briefly, and I'll write about this in the article as well. Video on demand is not doing great. And these companies, these video on demand services, they keep buying each other up and doing mergers, trying to monopolize video on demand. Well, a lot of people are kind of burned out of being on demand or, you know, streaming on their computer, being on their computer all the time. They want experiences. They want to go to the movie theater. And I'm not saying that streaming isn't viable, but there's still a streaming war raging that is going to be a lot of lost money and a lot of these companies eating each other up until there's only, you know, like Highlander, that maybe there won't be only one, but there'll only be a few. And eventually what will happen is that'll crowd out the independents unless they prove themselves. Well, Hollywood has moved completely away from the theaters, obviously. You know, they're trying to have hits, but they keep having flops because they just don't get it. They just don't get what audiences want. But the independent filmmakers are packing the houses. So I'm really excited about this. By the way, you should check out The Occult, because what he's not, the movie's made. He's not doing an Indiegogo to raise money to make a movie. The Indiegogo is purely to for the next leg of him touring around the movie through Look Cinemas. So they're going to be in Fort Worth, Texas in August, and I believe they're also going to be in California, and then they're going to be touring through all the Look Cinemas. And if they do well, if they will, and this isn't forewalling, they're not paying to be in these theaters. They're making deals with the theaters to run their movies. If they do well, then Look Cinema, and this is incredible, is going to see that as a sign that this is viable, and they will start investing in print and advertising, P&A. So I think this is going to be an amazing story. I cannot wait to break it. Check this out. Check out The Occult on Indiegogo. Like I said, I contributed to it. I'm helping to get the word out, not for any other reason than I want this to be successful for every indie filmmaker. This is huge, and I'm really thrilled to be covering this story. It's something that I've dreamed of for years and never believed was possible. I believe VOD and like home video sales, you know, for physical media collectors, that could be a thing, but this is a true sea change if they pull it off. So I hope you'll support that Indiegogo and read my article when it comes out. Speaking of which, again, paid supporters for my Substack, and that money is going to help me create Escape from Planet Omega 12. We have funding, but I want to raise more. I want to raise a lot more, at least $5,000, if not more, because I want to make sure that we can put as much of that money up on the screen and give something quality. Hold on, I'm finding another tab for another thing that I want to talk about. I've got so many tabs open, of course. So I have the Sci-Exploitation YouTube channel. If you're on here right now, you already know I have a regular YouTube channel, Christopher Moonlight Productions, and I hope that you will subscribe to that and like and ring the bells for notification. But I also have the Sci-Exploitation YouTube channel, which is all things science fiction that I do, including Escape from Planet Omega 12. We only have 42 subscribers at the moment, but I will post the tutorials on here as well. As far as the AI tutorials working on this movie, I'll post them here first and then on my regular channel. And there's also, I love this. There's this little sci-fi we love that kind of gives you all the movies that, not all of them, but a lot of the movies that have inspired Escape from Planet Omega 12, Flash Gordon, Barbarella, The Fifth Element, Love, Death, Robots, The Wild Wild Planet trailer, The Warrior and the Sorceress, Battle Beyond the Stars, Harbinger Down, another movie that I worked on, admittedly, Primal, Samurai Jack, we love that kind of animation, Star Trek, Star Wars, original Star Wars, original Alien, Green Slime, Planet of the Vampires, Robinson Crusoe on Mars, Fire and Ice, Forbidden Planet is a huge one. And then if you've had trouble looking for it and you haven't watched it yet, the Star Trek fan film with William Shatner, 765-874 Unification, the best Star Trek to come out, maybe along with Picard Season 3. Highly, highly recommend. So a little bonus, if you go subscribe there, is that you'll have a direct link to that. Oh, there's the storyboards again. Okay, speaking of YouTube channels, let me go over to another YouTube channel that I had a guest spot on. And another Film Tart article that I am expecting to come out maybe next week. Usually, sometimes they take a little longer than next week, is YouTube channels that can make a good film school for you. Let's see, hold on a second. Sorry, getting texts, dangers of live streaming. By the way, I should just check the live stream. See if nobody's watching, but maybe somebody will, maybe. Anyway, so what do we got? So anyway, yes, YouTube channels that I recommend for independent filmmakers if they can't afford film school and they want to learn all about it. I made recommendations like Collative Learning, Every Frame of Painting, Corridor Crew if you want to learn AI. But I also recommended this lesser-known channel, Represent This, which I am a big fan of, and I reached out to and was actually invited to be a guest on. So if we go over to playlists, I did little guest spots in this playlist here, which is for one of my all-time favorite movies, The Crow. So the great thing about Represent This, by the way, they did an amazing series on the prequels that completely trashes Red Letter Media, which I love because I'm not a fan of Red Letter Media. Sometimes they do good stuff, but if you're gonna have Zach Galifianakis or whatever the hell his name is on, and you're gonna just arbitrarily trash stuff without really giving it a good faith chance, then fine, whatever. You're fair game. And Represent This does a great job of really going through the prequels and pointing out all the things that make them legitimately good movies, in my opinion. But he covers movies from, pre-production through production to reception. He goes through the story. He goes through the source material. Extremely well-researched channel. This guy puts a lot of work into every video, and if you want to understand the process of filmmaking from beginning to end, I highly recommend Represent This, because he takes all these great movies that we love, and he goes through them. And he does hidden gems as well, the Guest, The Hitcher. He'll cover movies that weren't that good as well, but if they're part of the franchise, he'll go through it. Let's see, The Guest, The Crow, The Hitcher, Tron, Alien versus Predator, Jaws, Truman Show, Black Hole, Predator 2, Planet of the Apes, Gremlins. If you love these movies and they inspire you, then I recommend this channel, because he goes through the entire process of each movie and explains what it was that all came together to make that movie a reality. And I think that's very important to understand as a filmmaker. So that is another thing. Like I said, check out The Crow, because I'm in it, but also just subscribe and check out the other channels. So what else have we got going on? Let's see. I covered Look Cinema and the movies playing there, The Occult, Escape from Planet Omega 12. There is so much going on at the moment, and I'll just say, kind of, from a personal perspective, life has thrown a lot at me. I have a full-time job. I'm writing for Film Threat. I am in the middle of a bunch of family stuff, some very positive and exciting, some is hardship that all families go through at one point in their life or other, and we're trying to sort that out. So it's been extremely overwhelming, but I always joke with my wife, I'm like a shark. If I stop creating, like a shark stops swimming, I'll just drown right there. So, I need to keep doing this stuff, and your support helps me, whether it just be sharing, like if you follow me on X, I have the Sea Moonlight Films X, I have the Sci-Exploitation X, I have the Sci-Exploitation Instagram. If you see something I'm doing, just reposting it helps, or following me or subscribing. I'll leave links in the comments when I'm done. Like I said, I'll probably re-record this. I probably could do a better job of giving an update, but I really want to encourage you especially to join the Substack, even if it's the free one, because you'll get updates when I post, and I'll link to everything else in there. So again, let me find the Substack. So many tabs open, and you're just looking at a screen. Let's see. There it is. Again, here's my Substack. I will be updating this soon as well. So, there's different updates of what I'm doing. There's the articles, but, like I posted an update here. This is for members only. I posted an updated what is Escape from Planet Omega 12. I'm very proud of this. This is not, by the way, this image you're looking at, this is only partially AI. Let me play that again. Expand that and play it again. This is only partially AI. This is also miniatures and 3D objects composited together. So I give a brief explanation of what Escape from Planet Omega 12 is, and how I'm doing different things like miniatures along with AI to make it. This is going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. It's going to be, really out there, really different. Hollywood would never do this. But I'm hoping that if people are successful, those people I was talking about were successful with Look Cinema, then maybe someone like me can be as well. So I guess I'll leave it there. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I should give a better presentation. But if you're watching this before 4th of July, I want to say happy 4th of July. Have a hot dog and watch Jaws. But also check out the stuff that I've been talking about. So thank you very much. Be back here on July 7th. I don't know if I'll be interviewing Shelby Schultz of Look Cinema live. I've asked her if she wants to do it live or if she wants to do it pre-recorded. And then I'll, whatever she decides, we'll go with. But that's going to be, I think, a very important interview because, again, here's someone from a major chain talking to an indie filmmaker like me about why they want to invest in independent film and why they can't be totally reliant on Hollywood. That's a bold move for a major movie theater. So, all right. Thanks very much for anyone that might be watching after this. I can still see there's actually 0 people watching live. But yeah, that is that. I hope you all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.